Welcome to your Realtor Continuing Education Training on Mold. I am Garth Haslam. In this segment I want to briefly introduce myself to you, and then we'll be introducing the course. After that we're going to move on a little bit, get into the good stuff. So as I mentioned, Garth Haslam, I'm a professional engineer, worked for 7 years as an environmental engineer before starting as a home inspector in 1993. I've been doing home inspections since then. In addition to doing those, I've been called upon to do, among other things, mold and meth remediations. Of course, as an inspector for almost 25 years, I've seen mold in, I want to say, all of its forms. There might have been one of the forms that I've missed, but I think I've pretty much seen it all. So that's the direction that I am coming from as we speak to you today in this realtor training. And we're going to go through 10 different subjects. Next subject is where mold grows, where you might be most likely to find that. We've got prevention, how to prevent the stuff from happening, which to me is huge. I've got some pretty good stories on why prevention is a whole lot better than remediation, a whole lot cheaper. We're going to go over what I call the $10,000 and the $10,000 fixes as relates to, in this case, mold. We're going to go over the health effects, the kinds of mold, difference between mold and a mold history. And this is one that is often confused and misunderstood. So I want to give you that background so that you're ahead of the curve as relates to understanding that there is a difference between the two. I'm going to go over how to sample. And again, as I'd mentioned in some of the other courses, sampling doesn't mean that I am training you, the realtor, how to sample, but I am training you on how to know when the people around you do or do not know what they are doing. So we're going to give you those sorts of tips. We're going to train you on what a remediation looks like, again, so that you can have the background so that you know if the people around you are as expert as they should be. We're going to talk about what a remediation is and what it is not, how to identify the difference between the gurus and the weeds, as the case may be. In my experience, I've found plenty of guys who say that they're experts and in reality they're just shysters. So we'll give you enough background so that maybe you can protect your clients from some of those sorts of guys. And then I, of course, because I've been doing this for 1 billion years, I have 1 billion war stories, and we'll get into a couple of those. All right, next segment, where it grows. We'll be right back.